Today's episode is sponsored by Stupid People. You heard of Stupid Love? Well, now there's Stupid People.
Yep. Everywhere. Be careful.
Everywhere, stupid people,
Yeah.
everywhere. I would like to write a musical about stupid people and how
Okay.
stupid people have infiltrated the world.
Okay.
Where are the smart people? Where are the intellectuals? Where are
Right.
the people who take accountability? Where are the people who know 1 plus 1 equals 2? They don't seem to exist anymore.
Right.
Where are
Right.
they?
I don't know.
Well, we are smart people.
We
Just want to clarify that we are
ish.
not the stupid people we speak of.
Uh-huh.
But everybody, close your eyes for a
Mm.
second. Close your eyes and think of the dumbest person you have in your life right now.
And it's a man, isn't it? It's a man, isn't it? Uh-huh.
Okay, you're thinking. Picture them.
Mm.
They're on a cliff. They're
Oh.
on a cliff. They're walking towards the edge of the cliff,
Mm.
and you think they're going to stop, but they don't, and they fall off the cliff.
Oh no. Oh no.
Aww.
Oh.
Aww. Aww.
We're off to a violent start.
Welcome to You, Me, and Chisme, your number one source for Chisme on the internet. Adrian and Julie here. Julie. How are you, Julie?
I'm well. How are you?
I'm doing good. We just celebrated Easter
Yeah, that's a thing for a bunch of
for
people.
a lot of people. Did
People
you
love it.
did you have a egg what do you egg hunt? No?
Mm-mm. We did
Mm,
not. We don't
no.
do Easter. What about
No.
you?
I think my family is doing. We're recording this before Easter, but it's premiering after Easter. So
Right.
Hollywood magic. Um, I don't know actually. I think my family is gonna do something with Easter, but I don't know what they're gonna do. They keep asking, "Are you coming home?" I'm like, I don't know. I don't know
Right.
what's my favorite word to say, and their least favorite word for me to say. Let me tell you something.
That makes sense.
I wield some power, and
Mm.
anytime I say I don't know, the conversation ends.
Does it?
Because there's no getting past the I don't know, to be
Right.
honest.
Right.
Yeah.
Wow. I love that.
Anyways. Anyways, what's up, Julie? What's going on? What's the
You're
411?
so musical today.
I
Tell
don't know
me.
what it is.
Interesting. Okay.
I love to sing. What can I say?
No, we love to hear you
But
sing.
here's the thing. I don't know how to sing and I don't know the words to any song.
We're aware.
So
We are aware.
usually I make up my own words to a song that does not exist.
Okay, songwriter.
Thank you.
Yeah, I love
Taylor
it.
Swift who?
Taylor Swift who?
Taylor Swift who? Okay, speaking of,
Okay.
are you a Lord girly?
Mm.
Oh my gosh.
I'm sorry.
I'm very excited. Not
Okay.
not Jesus Christ, not like the Jesus,
Oh, no,
the New Zealand Lord.
we have two Jesus Christ, and one's from New Zealand. I know who you meant. Okay,
Oh,
why are we
okay.
excited?
She's gonna release new music. She released a
Whoa.
snippet. What is it about Lord that you don't like?
I don't think I don't like her because
Oh,
there are songs of hers that I enjoy. It's just I couldn't name one. I couldn't tell you.
wow. Okay.
But I have heard her albums and I have enjoyed them, and a lot of her songs are in my playlists, but
But you don't know the names of the songs.
it's not an artist I immediately gravitate towards.
Okay, you should listen to Melodrama
Okay.
again. Yeah,
Okay.
just give it a listen.
I
That
shall.
I listen to that album when I'm in my feelings.
Okay.
Um, anyways.
I love
Da,
that.
da, 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 da. Okay. Lord's coming back. Anyways.
Very exciting.
Anyways. Okay, I have an update on my not my living situation,
Okay.
but next door.
Tell me.
There was a kid who lived right across from me.
Mm-hmm.
We famously or infamously, I should say, did not get along.
Right.
Not that we didn't get along, but we just never became friends.
Okay.
A lot of people
Those
here, a lot of
two
people
different
here,
things.
a lot of people here do not want to be my friend, and I'm having a tough time with it. Okay, I don't get it.
I don't think,
Um,
okay, to be fair, I don't think it's a you thing. I think people just don't talk to neighbors.
I think that's a shame.
I
I think
agree.
I think it's a shame. I think it's a shame. Okay. Anyways, the kid moved out. I call him a kid because he was younger than me. I don't.
Okay.
He was in his 20s, and I am a beautiful young
Gorgeous. Mm.
36. Am I 30s? I think I'm 36. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, 36. And sometimes I do forget. And I and and
It'd
and
be like
and
that.
and I would wonder why is it that older people forget of how old they are, and then at a certain point it really just kind of all blends in together.
It does. It
Anyways,
does.
um, the other day,
Mm.
Saturday,
Tell me.
I was about to go on a walk. Is
Okay.
this right? Yeah, I was about to go on a walk, and then my friend Zach texted me, and he's like, "Hey, I want High Tops. Come to High Tops." I'm like, "Okay." So I didn't go on my walk, but I did go to High Tops.
Okay.
Anyways, as I'm getting ready to go, I hear something outside.
Mm.
Somebody is bringing things inside the apartment.
Okay.
Somebody has moved in.
Okay.
Here's what I know.
Tell us everything.
I believe it's two people.
Mm.
I've only seen one.
Okay.
The lady I have seen is a older, not too old, maybe 40s, late 40s, early 50s, Latino woman. And I don't know who else is in there, but somebody else is in there.
Okay.
I believe it's also a woman. And I believe the other person maybe is sick or there's some situation going on.
Okay.
And the lady that I have seen takes care of them in some type of way. This is not based on fact. This is
Okay.
based on what I see and hear from the other side of my door
Right.
and me putting the pieces together. And some of you may be like, why are you so fucking nosy? Well, guess what? I live here and we live literally
Feet.
right next door to each
Yeah.
other.
Feet. Feet.
So, what do you want me to do when I hear things?
Right.
Not be curious? You're listening to the wrong show, okay?
1000%.
And so I have seen her. She doesn't drive. Neither of them drive. There's no car in the parking spot. And when she goes to the store, she is getting driven by somebody else and they're dropping off her things here.
Okay.
Who these people are that take her to and from the store, not sure. Not sure. Um, so far, quiet.
Okay.
I believe the mattress is on the floor. Totally
Okay.
fine. Just moved in. And I believe they were playing religious music the other day.
Okay.
But we have not run into each
The a
other.
different Lord.
A different Lord, not Ella,
Not her. Not
not
her.
Ella from New Zealand. Unfortunately, because we really could have bonded when the new
Right.
song drops.
Right. Maybe you can
May
introduce her to a new Lord.
you know? I should spread the word. I should start playing the music outside of my headphones because usually I listen to music on my headphones.
Oh,
I'm gonna start imposing my music on everybody else.
beautiful.
Anyways,
Lucky neighbors.
if you wanted to move in next door to me,
You're
you
too
moved a
late.
little too slow. And
Too late.
I was like, okay, because last week it was, I don't know, April 11th or whatever, let's say. I was like, no one's gonna move in until May. Who's
Right.
gonna move in like a
In the
quarter
middle.
into
Yeah.
April? Right after I said that, somebody moved in.
They did it. They done did
Never,
it.
but here's the thing: never believe anything I have to say in my head.
Okay. We
I'm
won't.
always wrong.
Okay.
I'm always wrong.
But self-aware, and that's what matters.
And you know what?
Mm,
What more can I ask for?
not much.
Not much.
Not much.
Anyways,
Riveting. We
thank
love
you.
to hear it. We cannot wait to see what these new people do. We're
Oh,
very
let me tell you something
excited.
else. I'm so sorry.
No, I'm right here with you.
Okay. So above that neighbor that just moved in is a brother and a sister.
Okay.
Um and I chat with the brother more because I see him more. And the other day, we both left our apartment at the same time.
Mm-hmm.
He was gonna go get his laundry, and I was gonna drive to who knows where. And I'm standing right next to my car, in between my car and the guy who's parked next to me. And we chat for maybe like 30, 45 seconds, talking about the new person who moved in, blah, 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 blah. And and then I get in my car, I start my car, and I immediately start moving back.
Mm-hmm.
And when I was in my car and I'm about to start moving back, I had noticed a light blink. There was a light blinking. And I was like,
Mm.
that's not my car. What? That's weird. Am I seeing things? Anyways, I back all the way back. I I hate telling. Okay, side story.
Okay.
I'm so annoying. I'm so sorry.
No, tell.
Christian was like, I think that you need to make a diagram for when you're talking about where you park because I can't picture it. And I'm like, bitch, you've been to my apartment.
Yeah.
I didn't say that, but
Oh,
I just thought of that. So Christian, what are you talking about?
okay.
Anyways, sometimes I go into too much. I love detail. Sometimes I go into too much detail.
No, not at all.
Here's the point of the story. The guy who parks next to me
Okay.
was in his car the entire time.
Okay.
I didn't know he was in there. He was
Uh-huh.
about to leave too, but I was standing right next to his car, so he couldn't leave while
Oh,
I was standing next to it because he would have
right.
hit me. But he could have started it to let me know he was in there.
Right.
Instead, what he does is I back all the way to the back so that I can make a turn so I can turn around and go down the driveway.
Mm-hmm.
Instead, what he does is he lets me go all the way back and then starts moving his car. And so that I can't do anything. I'm just in the car there waiting for him now to leave and get out. I thought it was a little rude to be honest with you. He couldn't just wait for me to
Right.
and if he really needed to go somewhere, he could have gotten out of his car and said, "Hey, excuse me, sorry, I'm just trying to pull out."
Yeah.
That's it. He could have turned on his car. I could have gotten the message. I would have waited for him to leave.
Yeah.
So it was weird.
It
It
was
was weird.
weird. It was weird. I'm
And
sorry it was weird.
I don't want to say that this man is weird. However,
However, however.
this man definitely does not want to be my friend at all.
Okay.
At
Okay.
all. And I believe that there may be some social kind of awkwardness there.
Okay.
He does not like to make eye contact. He'll move he'll walk very, very fast
Okay.
if anyone is around. I'm gonna say anyone and not just me.
Yeah.
Never says hello, never says anything. And let me tell you something.
I
One time I
will
was going
listen.
out somewhere and I don't remember who someone was picking me up
Okay.
and um and then I noticed that their light inside their car was still on.
Mm.
But I don't know what apartment they live in because it's not tied to your numbered parking spot.
Mm.
So I couldn't go tell them. But this is how destiny works. This is how fate works. As I'm walking to get into my friend's car,
Mm-hmm.
the girl who I don't know if she lives here also, but she hangs out. I want to say it's his girlfriend, was
Mm-hmm.
outside. And I was like, hey, I think that's your guys' car, right? She's like, yeah. She's like, oh, your lights are still on. She's
Mm-hmm.
like, oh my gosh, thank you so much. I didn't get a thank you from him. Not even like a little cookie or like a hey, thanks for letting me know. Like
Yeah.
I saved their car battery. And listen, I don't need anything in return. I really don't.
Except a thank you that you didn't get.
Well, she gave me a thank you, but
Right.
he could not care less about
Right.
me.
Right.
And I care about his car's well-being. I
Yeah.
care about everybody's well-being in this building. I
Right.
want us all to thrive and to succeed. You know what I mean?
They can all hear you right now.
I'm sure, sure they can. My desk faces the window, which faces the driveway. And all I do what this is what I do all day. I just watch people walk back and forth all day.
Do you think
And
he's sitting at his window right now listening to this story?
probably he's sitting right outside the window.
Yeah.
No, he would never. He could never. He would not look me in the eye.
Right.
Anyways, lots of fun going on here in this place.
Riveting.
Yeah.
Someone get the cameras, get a reality TV show immediately.
Listen, wait until I tell you about Matt the manager.
The manager.
He one time, it was the night of the Grammys, and he was like, "Hey, well, no, he texted me,
Hmm.
which okay." He's like, "Hey, is your internet?" He's like, "Do you have Spectrum?" I was like, "Yeah." He's like, "Is your internet working?" I was like, "Yeah." He's like, "Oh, mine is out." I'm like, "Okay." Okay. I don't know. And then Christian and Alex came over to watch the Grammys, and I had told them I was like, my manager texted me and was like, "Is your internet working?" And blah blah blah. And like, I don't know, he could have asked somebody else who maybe he knows a little bit better around here. And then when we went to go get dinner while we were watching the Grammys, he stopped us at my door and was like, "Hey, is your internet still working?" And I'm like, "Yeah."
Oh
I
my
don't know. It was
God.
very weird. Christian and Alex think that he wants to.
Mm.
Mhm.
Is he cute?
No. Well, listen, I think everybody has a beautiful spirit. Um, but that will never, ever be happening.
No, not ever? Not even
Never,
for funsies?
never. Not even for an iota of a second.
What
Not
if he
even,
was like,
never.
no
There is
rent?
nothing. No, there's
You would
nothing.
consider it, you lying piece of shit.
Of course, I would consider it.
If he was like no rent,
First of all, first of all, I would never submit myself to somebody like that. If he were
what's wrong
hot,
with
I would,
them?
huh?
What's wrong with them?
Well, there's not, I'm okay. See, now I'm gonna look like the bad guy.
Well,
There's nothing wrong with him. He's actually
okay.
very nice, and
Then what the fuck are you talking about?
I don't find him attractive.
Oh, that's fine.
Yeah, I don't find him attractive. I don't. That there is. He's a very nice man, but um, it's never gonna happen.
Right. Okay.
Never.
Yeah.
Not for 1 second.
He's walking by your window right now, devastated.
He might be.
Yeah.
He walks back
Wow.
and forth a lot.
Oh,
One time, now
uh-huh.
that I think about it, one time he told me there was a package outside my door, and and I was like, okay, are you gonna hold it for me? Like, and it was something that I ordered like overnight, and it got here, and it was like delivered between 4 and 8 a.m. And I've had packages delivered before, but he never texts me to say that there's a package. And it also wasn't blocking anybody. Like it wasn't doing anything to anyone. It's a
Mm-hmm.
small package. I'm not sure why. Well, I don't know why he texted me.
Mm.
Anyways, Christian is on alert. He's already said that if something happens to me, he already knows where he's going to go look first.
Right. I know we're joking, but I do watch a lot of true crime. Maybe it's a good idea to put some cameras up, a ring camera, just to keep
I
the
have thought about
weirdies away.
I should add I was going to add cameras inside my apartment.
Because there is that story of that maintenance man at the apartment building that became obsessed with that tenant and then he killed her.
Oh my god.
Yeah. And she didn't do nothing to make him be obsessed with her.
Well, don't say that to me. Listen,
What do
I
you,
also, but here's the thing. I, I take I receive what you have to say to me. I receive it.
okay.
Thank you. But I think I could pin this man down and I think he wouldn't be able to get
Okay.
up.
What if he drugs you?
I'm not consuming anything that he gives me.
Well, how do you know? What if he
Wow.
puts a cloth of chloroform up against your mouth and now you're passed out?
Okay. Okay. Okay.
What
You
if he
heard.
has to come into your room to fix something and then he hits you with the wrench up beside the
Well,
head and now you're passed out?
he's not the maintenance man. He
What if
just
he's like, oh, the maintenance man isn't available. I gotta go do it myself.
no. That's not
Okay.
gonna happen.
I just say protect yourself with some cameras.
Yeah. Do you want to buy them for me?
Guys, you know what? No, no, I'm
Oh,
just
so
kidding.
you don't care
No,
about
no,
my
no.
safety.
I
Oh.
care 100%. We're all gonna pitch in. Christian, you first. You tell me how much you pitched in, and then I'll pitch in the same amount. If we all collectively came together to pitch in for some cameras, I think that would be great.
Okay. Now that I'm thinking about how
Okay.
he texted me in the morning to let me know about a package,
Yeah.
that's weird. And at first I didn't think, I mean, I thought it was weird in the moment, but now that I'm including it in this bigger conversation, I'm like, why would
Yeah.
he tell me? And why is he awake so early?
Well, people wake up early, but you don't. But people out there do.
I need to I need to wear more clothes when I'm home.
Okay. So
Yeah.
that you're harder to grab. I don't understand.
So that I'm not walking around without any clothes on.
Okay. Yeah.
What if someone's looking?
Okay. From your window, you think?
Yeah. Yeah.
Maybe.
I mean, actually.
You know what? I didn't want to say it, but I'm glad you pointed it out. Who knows what happened in that room before you
What if
were
he is listening to this right now?
imploding?
Welcome to me,
Because
you,
you're onto
me, and
him?
Chisme. Yeah.
Because you're onto him, he started to plot. This did take a negative turn, and I do apologize for that. But you know what? When I see the red flags, I can't help but warn someone that they might get murdered. I do it all the time. It is a problem. I should stop doing it. But
Would you eulogize me?
1000%. This podcast would no longer exist if you didn't bring it alive.
Okay, I do think about this.
Oh no. Here we go.
You would have to do at least one more episode
Of course.
and have everybody on, everybody. Have
Yeah.
everybody come on and just like
Rosie
share.
O'Donnell, Jaime, everyone. Everyone's coming on.
I mean, if Rosie O'Donnell was on, I mean,
You would raise from the grave. You
yeah,
would absolutely.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
for sure. I would have to be cremated after the episode so that you could put headphones on me and play the episode for me. I'll hear it.
1000%.
Okay, but
1000%.
I do want you to do at least one more episode. And I want to give you the blessing to move on
Okay.
with
I
someone else.
wouldn't never do that.
But I think it would be okay.
I don't
I
know,
mean, you don't
unless
have
it's
to do it
like
immediately.
Colin Farrell. I wouldn't do it. Unless it was a celebrity co-host. I wouldn't do it.
Mm,
I wouldn't.
I just want you to know that I would be okay with it.
I appreciate that, but I don't think it would be the same.
Okay. Anyways, back to the funeral. I want you to eulogize me.
Okay. I
Okay.
will. Like
There's
a sad eulogy or a what's happening?
Sorry, I just saw the man who parks next to me, not the one
Oh,
who tried to run
oh.
me over,
I
but the
said
old
your building is bugged. He knows you talked about him.
no, the older man who honks anytime
Oh,
when the maintenance guys are in his spot. He's
yeah.
wearing a suit, and I don't know where he's going, but I'm ready to see what the wife is wearing. I'm sure it's going to be fabulous. Reporting live from the red carpet here. It's Hollywood, baby.
It is Hollywood. It
He's
is
wearing a
Hollywood.
very she's also in a suit jacket,
We love
all
to see it.
black. Good for
Oh,
her.
okay, fancy.
I think they're going to church.
Oh,
Yeah.
well,
Okay. Anyways, I do have
the
a list of
Lord is present in this podcast today.
I
The Lord
do
is everywhere.
I do want to say
Uh-huh.
I do have a couple people in mind who I would love to eulogize me.
Oh, okay. We're still on your time.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, okay, okay. Tell me.
I I'm a Leo rising, and if I am not planning a funeral that is giving me, well, obviously all the attention would be on me, but if I'm not
Yeah.
programming my funeral to look the
Right.
way I want it to look, then who am I?
Yeah.
Um, there are a couple people who I want to eulogize. I am not going to reveal names right now.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but there is a list, and
Okay.
I would really respect it if
Okay.
my wishes are granted and that
Right.
you get your ass up there and you say something nice about me.
Do you want it to be sad? Do you want it to be happy? Do you want it to be a 15-minute stand-up set? What are you looking for?
I want it all. And if you
Okay.
and if you can't do all of that, then figure out a way for somebody to hit all those things.
Okay.
You know, you could do just sad and somebody else could do just stand up.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah.
Yes. And I want programs. I want like really nice programs on
Jaime, I
cardstock.
hope you're writing this down, bestie, because you know I'm not gonna remember. So Jaime, take
This is being
notes.
recorded. You're gonna have to watch this when it happens. I
Friend,
want
we
programs on
record,
cardstock.
it immediately leaves my brain. There's nothing to it. But
That's why
okay,
I'm saying you'll go back and watch it when it happens.
programs.
Programs, of course, a slideshow. I mean, who does not
Duh.
have a slideshow with music? By the way.
With pre-approved pictures and videos, obviously.
Well, well, thank you,
Yeah, I'm
thank
aware.
you,
I'm
thank you.
aware. Yeah.
Um, yeah, I want good party vibes,
Okay. Good.
but also I want people to feel sad.
100%. We wouldn't do anything else.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Okay. Do
Okay.
you ever think
Well,
about your funeral?
no.
Oh, is it just me?
I don't think it's just you, but
Uh-huh.
I don't, but maybe I should.
Well, I don't mean, don't force it.
Right. Right.
Yeah.
If the thought comes, maybe go with it.
Yeah. I don't know if I want open casket though.
Mhm. I have actually only been to open casket funerals.
Really?
Hmm.
I don't know if I want open casket. Oh, they're driving really slow. Are they mad? What's happening? Yeah, no. No.
No.
Maybe. Well, I don't know. I don't
Okay.
know.
Let me tell you, it could be the best makeup, the best hair. It's not gonna look like you.
It's really not.
It's not gonna look like you,
Yeah.
and it's not gonna feel like you. And you know what? Even if you don't want to, you touch the hand. You do, and it's cold. I'll tell you that. It's cold.
I've never touched I've never
Mm,
touched I don't touch
I
it. No.
have. I
I
have.
we could do no open casket,
Hmm.
but how would you know I'm really there?
Right.
Someone
Right.
has to open the casket to know I'm actually there.
And that's Jaime. We can designate a person ahead of time, and that'll be Jaime, obviously.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Okay.
Noted.
Let's
Appreciated.
yeah. Okay. What's going on with you?
Nothing compared to you.
Okay.
Nothing. You know what I did do the other day?
What did you do?
Oh, you're gonna love this. I don't know actually if you're gonna love this. Woke up on Saturday. No,
Uh-huh.
Sunday. Lies. I woke up on Sunday. Eyes not even open. And I thought out loud, brain, immediate the first thought in my brain, eyes for like I'm still foggy. Just waking up. I don't know where it came from. I should take up jump roping.
Oh, yeah.
Where? Why? When?
Uh-huh.
How?
Uh-huh.
2 hours later, a jump rope in my hands that I went to Walmart
Mm.
and bought. And now I jump rope.
Mm.
Now I jump rope. To be clear, not well and
Mm.
not for long,
Mm.
but I've been doing 20 minutes every day.
That is amazing.
I just barely got to 40 in a row, by the way, 40
That's
jumps in a row.
incredible.
And it kicked my ass the first 3 days.
Yeah.
I'm finally feeling less sore.
Yeah.
But the first day, I said,
Were your tits sore?
my everything was sore.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
Everything was sore. I do need better sports bras because the tits were they were tittying.
Yeah.
They sure were. They
Yeah.
sure were. I said, I can't believe I walk around with this little support in my life every day, single day of my life, every day,
Yeah. Can I tell you something?
always.
Maybe about 2 or 3 years ago, I also was on a, I started doing some jump roping
Hmm.
and my tits were sore. They were actually really sore.
Isn't that crazy?
It is. And I want to, okay, I also want to do jump roping,
Oh,
but I have to say this.
okay.
I have a friend, my friend Mina, who had started doing jump roping and was like, "Oh, you should do jump roping, blah blah blah."
Hmm.
And I was like, "Yes, yeah, absolutely, yes, yes." And I never actually started
Right.
again. So I want to, in case Mina's listening to this, I just want to make it very clear that
Right.
I do have intentions of jump roping and I'm
Okay.
inspired by your jump roping. But
Uh-huh.
I can also acknowledge that when it was brought up earlier, I did not start. And for that,
Mm,
um, I am sorry.
right.
I do want to start jump roping, and
Okay.
I'm hoping I will. Yes, you're an inspiration.
I don't know which one of you we're talking to, but if you
You.
do it now, oh, thank you so much. But now, if you do it, he's gonna think you did it because of me.
Well, my gosh.
And you know that sucks for you.
Yeah.
It's great for me. I love a boost.
No, but it's actually no, actually that's not right. I think that you actually are providing a reminder
Okay?
that I had agreed to this
Right.
and I had said yes, and now
Hmm.
you are reminding me and holding me accountable.
Okay.
So thank you, Julie.
You're welcome.
Yeah, thank you.
You're welcome.
And I think that you should not give up. Not saying
Okay.
that you were going to, but like I want you to like, because I saw this girl on TikTok being like, "Oh, when I started jump roping," and then she shows her progression videos and she's like doing tricks with the jump rope.
I do want to get to the tricks just for the shits and giggles of it.
Yeah.
I don't know how, I don't think my body does that. I don't think my body does it.
I think that you are not aware of what your body can do.
Mm, I love that.
I
Okay.
think that you will surprise yourself.
Okay, we shall only see what happens.
Yeah.
Speaking of, so I started my jump roping journey, shared it with people at work, obviously, because who the fuck else am I going to tell? Then we were talking about, I don't know how we got here from jump roping, but men with thick thighs, right? And I
Mm.
said, I feel like my problems would all be solved if I just found a man with thick thighs to
Hmm.
just suffocate me in a lovingly
Hmm.
orgasmic way. And so then I told, do we not agree that I feel like a lot of our problems would be solved just
I
some
agree. Yeah.
thick
Hmm.
thighs in your face. And so I was like, it feels like that would be great. So then I was talking to my work bestie, one of my work besties at work, and I was like, you should join a rugby league. Then me, men with thick thighs, I will go support you, therefore meeting other men with thick thighs, and there goes meeting my first husband, right? And so then he said, my first, obviously, because
Yeah.
we know statistics.
Yeah.
So I was like, you should do that. And he said, what if you did that? And I said, which of my acrylic nails would I catch the ball with? Shut the fuck up. You
Oh,
go.
men can be so fucking
They're so
stupid.
fucking annoying.
Ugh.
Get this? That's not where it stops, bestie. Okay? Then he says, you know where you can meet men with thick thighs? I said, give me the list immediately. He said, and I quote, you should start powerlifting. We are only taking serious suggestions, and you've decided to try out your 15-minute comedy set on me, and it's not going to work. I don't like it. Then he started saying, no.
Okay.
Then he started sending me articles of why it's good to start powerlifting after the age of 30. And I said, how dare you? I am 29 years old. Well, the laugh didn't need to be that loud. So then it became this joke that I started sharing with people like, oh my God, so and so thinks that I should power lift. Let's laugh. No one laughed. Everyone said, that sounds like a fun. First of all, I'm weak. I'm not done.
Okay.
Then I share it with my brother. I'm like, oh my God, it's so silly. And he's like, okay, yeah, let's go to the gym on Saturday. Now I'm going to the gym on Saturday.
Okay, good. Listen, I agree. I think
I am weak.
well, everybody starts off being weak. And actually you're probably stronger than what you actually think. But I am a big proponent for lifting heavy things.
Like
And
thick thighs.
huh?
Like
Like
thick
thick
thighs.
thighs. If that's what it yeah. If that's what you want to lift, absolutely.
Yeah.
Yes. Yes. Yeah. I agree with them.
How did we get here?
You told the story.
I know mistakes were made, but because I thought I would find someone to be on my side, because
No.
it was a 2 day discussion of how ridiculous this was.
I will say, I read over and over again that the best thing anybody can do is lift weights.
Yeah, I read it too. He sent me the articles. I'm aware.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, oh, okay,
You
Daddy.
can't really tell in here. Oh, maybe, yeah. You
Yeah,
can,
you can.
it's not that big. But
Okay,
if
now show us your thighs.
oh,
Show us the
my thigh,
thighs.
well, my thighs and my calves, I mean, but it's too hard to do it here. But like you see a
Oh,
little bit of definition there. This is
yes,
horrible
I
lighting and a bad camera. But yeah,
do. Oh
no.
my
Okay, when I started
God.
working, when I had a trainer, when I
Ladies and gentlemen.
no, well, sorry, ladies. It's not
We
gonna
can still
happen.
look. We can still look. We
Absolutely.
don't touch.
And
We just look.
you can actually touch. I'm a
Oh,
toucher.
okay.
I listen.
With consent.
With consent, I've learned a lot about myself. My love language
Mm.
is touch.
I used to
One
think
of
mine.
one
Uh-huh.
of
Tell
them.
me.
Yes, one of them.
Interesting. I used to think I wasn't, but I just think I surrounded myself with people that weren't. But lately, I've realized I am also very touchy.
I am almost kind of too annoying about it, but
I don't think you've ever touched me, actually, for being honest.
why
I don't
don't
think
you
I've ever.
come over then?
Oh, okay.
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 I'll touch you. Yeah. Oh,
Oh,
hold on.
what? Well, maybe we should talk about it off the mic.
Okay. I am a very touchy-feely person. I love to
Yeah,
touch people. I am so sorry. And
right.
I love to give hugs.
I
And
love a hug.
I love a hug. Love a hug. I was just talking about this in therapy today. I
Okay.
yes, I'm a toucher. I forgot
Okay.
what exactly we were talking about. I'm so sorry.
Powerlifting, I think.
Powerlifting.
Powerlifting.
Yeah, powerlifting. Okay.
We shall see what journey I go on. Here's the thing. Brother seems very supportive. Zero patience. Zero dilly-dallying. I'm a dilly-dallyer.
I just remembered what I was going to say.
You tell me right now.
When I started seeing a trainer at the gym,
Mm-hmm.
he said
Okay.
leg day is usually the toughest for a lot of people. People are throwing up after leg day.
Okay. I'm not going to the gym.
No,
No.
no, 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 no,
No.
stop. No, stop, stop, stop. But not me. My legs
Okay.
were
Daddy.
already strong,
Ooh.
and my legs are very strong. Let me just put
Mm.
it there. I'm going to leave that there, but they are very strong.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
I maxed out at one of the machines at one point.
Wow. If I
I'm
put
not
a
even kidding.
watermelon between your thighs, do you think you could crush it? Because I
I'm not,
have seen
first of
men do
all,
that.
I'm not doing that
Why not?
because
Why?
no, because no, I'm not doing that.
Why?
Um, because I don't want to.
Because your thighs aren't strong enough?
My thighs are very strong. Thank you very much. I'm short. Okay.
What does that have to do with anything? It's your thighs. You'd be sitting down. I've seen it
I'm not gonna, no, I'm
over
not
and
gonna,
over again. No,
I'm
but
not,
I
I
have
know
seen
you
one
have.
video. I have seen one video of a guy that crushed a watermelon with his thighs.
Uh-huh.
and there my kink grew. What? Who? Don't to kink shame. We don't yuck anybody's yum around here.
There's no kink shaming here.
No.
I listen. I fully support it.
Okay. The
The
crushing the
weight,
watermelon with the thighs?
no, the
Oh.
weights. Yeah, it's
Yeah.
fine. It's actually not as bad as you think that it actually is.
I guarantee that it's not.
You just have to be safe. You don't want to do something that's
Right.
gonna hurt you. Yeah.
Yeah. That is important. Also, we are the same work bestie is getting me to read this book called Atomic Habits. So we are in the progress of building better, consistent habits for myself so that I can be better as a human being. So this may be, who knows, maybe one of the habits that I start. First of all, he got crazy with it. He was like, there's these beginner competitions. I said, you need to slow the fuck down, sir. I'm barely coming around the thought of it. Competition? You're insane. Insanity. The fact that you think I could do a
Ugh,
competition.
you're a regular old Teresa Giudice
Who the fuck is that?
and Tamra Judge,
You're saying names I don't know?
two housewives that have gone to
Oh my
bodybuilding
God.
competitions.
Have they?
Yeah, yeah,
Interesting. I love that.
yeah.
Well, we'll see what happens.
Okay, I was gonna say something really mean about your work bestie, but I stopped
What
myself.
were you gonna say?
Mm,
Say it.
I was gonna say maybe you should buy them a book on boundaries.
Oh my.
Zing!
Someone on his side of things may say the same thing about me to him, if we're being completely honest.
Like his wife. I'll cut it out. I'll cut it out.
Oh, it's fine. It's fine. I don't care. I
Okay.
don't care.
I'll wait for you to text me this weekend and be like, "Can you take it out?"
No, 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 no. I won't. I won't. I'll be
Okay,
strong.
this got way too personal, way too fast. Let's
Yeah.
end the conversation here. Julie, I hope you have a great time lifting weights. We want to hear all
Yeah.
about it. And don't stop jump roping. And I'm gonna re invigorate my roping journey.
You got there. Okay.
Thank
I
you.
love it.
Okay. Oof. Let's get into some fan mail, shall we?
Let's.
Okay, we have fan mail from D. Here we go.
Julie, Adrian, thank you for listening to my extremely long fan mail. No, that was not my doorbell. My notification on my phone is a doorbell, and it went off while I was recording that. But anyway, Julie, I think that your take is very valid, very insightful, and I can't say that I disagree with it. I would, however, like to give a little bit more context to the very specific situation that I was talking about, because I do agree. I do think a lot of women do think they will figure out how to quote unquote keep a man or get a man, or like a baby's not going to keep a man, having sex with him every night ain't going to keep him, cooking him, 5-star meals ain't going to keep, nothing's going to keep a man if he don't want to be kept. But the baby that he just got determined by the judge that he didn't have to pay child support for, was just with a woman that he was having unprotected sex with, stupidly, idiotically on his part. And that she was already pregnant, right? After he said get an abortion, obviously well after she was pregnant. I don't know what the discussions were had, but I do know that you might have missed the part where I said he is currently in a relationship that he has a daughter with. And by the way, all 3 of these children are girls. They're all 3 baby girls. So he's in his daughter's life with his current girlfriend. And he's not in 2 of his children's life, and he's saying he wants nothing to do with him. He's relinquishing his parental rights. The second woman he's had a child with that he wants to relinquish his parental rights for was his girlfriend, his ex-girlfriend. So, I mean, this is a pattern of him being very irresponsible sexually, by having unprotected sex with women. It seems like he never puts a condom on, and fathering 3 children and choosing to only be in the life of one of those children. And so I don't know if me giving you more context for this specific situation makes you think differently about it, but I can't say that you're wrong to say that, like, hey, if a man says he wants nothing to do with your kid or he doesn't want kids, and you do get pregnant and you keep the kid, the expectation for him to be in that child's life is an unrealistic one. I can't say that I disagree with that. But I do think it's crazy that he has 3 children and is only in the life of one. And, you know, I appreciate what you said, Adrian, about my father missing out on me, because I'm amazing. So he definitely did miss out. But also, he has 2 other children. One, I believe I'm 10 or no, I'm 12 years older than. The other one, I'm 14 years older than. So when I was 12 and 14, he fathered 2 more children who he has with his wife. The girlfriend that he had when I was 10 and he decided, 10 or 11, I was 11, 10 or 11, around that time, the girlfriend that he had then, that he decided that he wanted a life with her, so then he decided to no longer be in my life. He then married her and had 2 children with her. So do you see how that might color my perspective of Anthony Edwards? You know what I mean? Like, I do think it's not that he was having unprotected sex and impregnated a girl and was like, I don't want a child get an abortion, and then is like telling all these other girls get an abortion as well. He's having unprotected sex with multiple women. He's fathered, that we know of, 3 children, and he's only in one of his children's life. That's his current girlfriend. I mean, hell, how does she know one day he's not going to be like, oh, I'm good. You know, like, he break up with her and then he wants nothing to do with his daughter anymore. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know. I feel like he's the irresponsible one here. You know what I mean?
Thank you, Dee.
Thank you, Dee.
I just want to say I'm obsessed. A TikTok I saved just started playing. I'm obsessed that Dee knows so much about these basketball players.
Also obsessed with that. Yeah.
Julie, what do you have to say?
This is my honest truth, and it's coming from deep in my spirit. I sincerely from the bottom of my heart feel like all of these problems would resolve if we just immediately gave men vasectomies. And when they make a decision that they want to father a child, reverse it.
Mm-hmm.
Vasectomies for everybody.
Mm-hmm.
Because what the fuck?
Mm-hmm.
I think, not gonna lie to you, I got a little mixed up on the timeline. But if he already has 2 children, did someone after those 2 children realize, like, he's not fathering that first child? You know what I mean? The signs are there, ladies. They are there. Just because he wants to father, a man will father a stepchild and still not want to father your child. There's no rhyme or reason behind it.
Yeah, just as a reminder for those who didn't listen to last week's episode, Dee called in with some pop culture pop-up question about Anthony Edwards, who's a basketball player and has
Multiple children with
multiple
women
children.
he
Yes.
wants nothing to do with.
Yeah.
Which, again, I feel like this issue would be resolved for everybody, men and women alike, if we just gave men vasectomies until they made a conscious decision that they wanted to procreate.
I agree.
Yeah.
Can I be really honest?
Always.
Anytime I hear the name Anthony Edwards,
Mm.
I think of John Edwards. Do you know who John
Okay.
Edwards is?
I don't know, tell me, and then maybe.
John Edwards was um he was a senator from North Carolina and he ran for president and he had an affair. He was like he
Oh,
was pretty popular and then he had an affair and his whole political career crashed and burned.
damn.
And anyways,
Yet again, men, the problem.
and his wife
Uh-huh.
his wife. I feel like I want to say his wife was really rich, but maybe I'm confusing her with somebody else.
Mm.
Anyways, um, there's a woman that I'm picturing that I don't think is his wife, but that woman was married to somebody rich. Oh, John Kerry's wife. John Kerry's
Mm.
wife, I think, is really rich. He's married to, um, this is so stupid. Teresa Hines. Yep, that's who I'm thinking. Hines of Ketchup.
Okay.
Just FYI. Anyways, um, Dee, thank you so much for
Thank you,
calling in.
D.
We
Yeah.
always, if whenever we should have a sports correspondent, and Dee, that's you.
Sports. We love to hear it.
Mm.
We should get into a sport. Not play it. No. No. Go to it. Rugby. Let's go watch rugby.
Okay, where?
I don't
Where do
know.
they
I
play
feel like
rugby?
California has to have a league. It's somewhere.
Okay,
Or
let's
we
do it.
go to Europe
Okay,
and we go watch some rugby games.
okay,
Okay.
okay.
Something to consider.
I'm considering it.
Wonderful. Let's discuss later.
I'm trying to figure out how they can come home.
You got to get there first.
Okay.
Okay, let's discuss.
Okay. Do we know any rugby players? One
Like,
time,
personally? Because
yeah.
no, that's my problem.
One time I was talking to a man on Scruff who wouldn't show his actual photo, and he had a photo of a rugby player.
Mm. Oh,
He wasn't
right.
a rugby player.
No.
Anyways, it's time for the pop culture pop up. First up on the pop culture pop up, Julie, did you go to Coachella?
No.
Oh.
It looked miserable though. Guys, did you guys have fun? Was it worth it, besties?
I don't know. I would never camp.
Oh, bestie.
And I think we talked about this last time. I would never camp.
No.
And I still wouldn't. I wouldn't. I could not. I will not. I shall not. No way.
Yeah. I do want to go to a music festival though.
Okay.
I kind of want to
Have
go
you
to
ever been to Outside Lands?
No, but I kind of want to go.
Okay.
There's this music festival that was just announced. I saw it because I follow Noah Khan. It's called All Things Go, I think. It's in Washington, D.C. The lineup, Adrian, Noah Khan, the Marias, Dochi, Kesha, the Beaches, Griff, Ash, you name it, they're on my Spotify playlist.
Washington, D.C., huh?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Um, you should ask Jaime and Ken if they want to go to Outside Lands.
Okay.
And maybe we should take a trip.
Look at us.
I'm not saying yes. I'm just
Right, right,
saying
right.
we should ask.
I'm also not saying yes yet, but something to look into.
Yes. I've been to
Okay.
Outside Lands a couple times.
Is
Um,
it fun?
I enjoy it. I really do. I think
It
it's really great.
feels more relaxed than
Yeah, and it's
a
also cold.
Coachella.
It's also
Yeah,
cold.
better
Yeah.
for me,
Yeah.
honestly.
Yeah. And I mean the campground, like it's not as big as like
Yeah,
the actual grounds of the. Anyways, we'd have to do a shuttle because we cannot do it any other way.
right.
The first time I ever went to Outside Lands was with a mutual friend we used to have.
Oh, yeah. You still have.
Well, I'm saying not mutual anymore.
Right. No. I'm just kidding.
and
Uh,
um and we could not get a shuttle back. Or we couldn't get on a bus back. It was madness.
wow.
It was madness. We stayed in the Castro, and then there was like a hot tub at the place we were staying at the Airbnb, and there were random people there. I don't
Mm,
remember a lot of it, but
okay.
here we are.
Here we are.
Okay, Lady Gaga. People were saying it was amazing.
Guys, I am staying. This grandma will be staying up late tonight to watch the entire live
Oh,
stream
is it
of
gonna?
Lady
Are they
Gaga.
live streaming it? Okay, I'm gonna watch. I'm gonna watch.
Yeah,
Ooh, how
I
fun!
will be staying up late. I'm
Do I have
very,
snacks?
very excited about it. It
Okay,
looked like cinema.
I might pop an edible.
Oh, bitch, I'm popping it. I am
Wait, are
100%.
you an edible girly?
I have slowly become one
Because you can't smoke at home.
because I can't really smoke.
I
I don't love edibles though. They take forever. You're just sitting there like, any, hurry it up. You got
oh
to plan
really?
it. You know what I mean?
Mm, I think you
You're like,
maybe
if I want to feel it by this time, I got to take it at
no.
it's a whole thing. Um, but to sleep and stuff, I'll do one.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is there anything else that you saw at Coachella that was interesting?
You know what? There was a Peruvian band, Los Mitos, that was like the first Peruvian band that has been invited to do Coachella history. Hello.
Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
That looked very fun. Megan Thee Stallion and Victoria Monet humped each other. That looked
I
it.
really liked Queen Latifah coming out for the Megan the Stallion part.
I didn't know that happened. I was so wrapped up in Victoria Monet
Wait,
and
this is
her
literally the
humping.
first moment you're hearing about it? Okay,
100%.
well go find the clip on YouTube because
I will. Yeah.
Queen Latifah she was doing really well.
I love Queen Latifah.
Me too.
I think she's so great.
You know, Meg also brought out
I did hear that. You
Ciara,
know, you know what I'm
Ciara.
surprised? That Missy Elliott didn't bring her out.
Uh,
You know what I mean?
hmm, maybe Megan contacted her first.
Maybe. Yeah, Lady Gaga's really the one that I want to watch.
Hmm.
And I tried to find an entire stream of it the next day and I couldn't. So
Hmm.
today is the day.
Today's the day.
Yeah.
Today is the day. Abracadabra, abra unana, abra ukaka.
Absolutely.
Thank you.
Are you going to Mayhem?
Well, she hasn't announced LA shows. I
I'm
know a
thinking
lot of
about
LA,
it.
huh?
I'm thinking about it.
In
I haven't gone
LA,
to, yeah, yeah, when she announces it. I haven't been to a big concert like that in a minute, but I
can I
feel
tell
like
you
I
something?
tell me.
I think I'm gonna buy Cowboy Carter tickets.
Of course you are, you nasty bitch.
What? What?
Of course you are. How expensive
What?
are they?
Like 250?
That's not terrible.
No,
Where
no.
though?
Like decently, yeah.
Okay.
I mean, I can't tell you. I can't. I
Right,
don't
right,
know
right.
the terminology of SoFi Stadium,
Right.
but decent seats that I think are worth it. I
Okay.
really want to go.
Yeah, I really want to go too. But no one else wants to go.
Hmm.
I talked to Angie about it. Angie's like, I'm like, do you want, is this our first fight? Angie, what the fuck?
What is Angie up
Beyonce.
to?
I don't, not wanting to go see Beyonce, I'll tell you that much.
Hmm. Okay.
Yeah. That sounds super
Okay.
fun though.
Okay. I heard. Well, I didn't hear, but people are saying that she's going to play instruments for the first time. That she's going to be up there with the banjo.
Yeah.
I believe it. Okay. Next up on the pop culture pop up, William Levy has been
The
arrested.
Latino Brad Pitt.
The Latino Brad Pitt, famously on Dancing with the Stars here in the States.
Yeah.
He was arrested. I forget why he was arrested. Do you
Yeah.
remember, Julie?
The story is very confusing, guys. He was at a restaurant. At some point, there's an altercation at another table. Between two men. I believe he was trying to break up that altercation or calm that altercation down. Unfortunately, all people involved, William Levy included, were all inebriated. So I don't know if he helped or harmed the situation. I'm gonna say harmed because he ended up arrested, but he goes, he tries to whatever. Somehow he ends up arrested. I don't really understand how it happened. He hasn't really explained how it happened. There was an incident of like maybe he or other people didn't want to pay a check. He tried to leave without paying or what I'm assuming is he tried to break up the fight, got pissed off that he didn't break up the fight, tried to walk out, maybe drunk, didn't remember he hadn't paid the check, or maybe he didn't want to pay the check. I don't fucking know. But anyway, he got arrested. His bond was like $500, and every single Latina mom was ready to pay it. It could have been $1 million. He would have had the money. He would have had the money. He is famously known as the Latino Brad Pitt. He is like blonde and colored eyes, light, fair skin. Like
Very
he
tall.
very tall, very handsome. He is a very handsome man, is responsible for a lot of men's sexual awakening, gay men's sexual awakening. Back in the day when he first came on the scene, these pictures were leaked of a photo shoot that he did before he really hit it big in mesh material underwear.
Hmm.
You know the one.
Oh, I know the ones.
Oh,
Oh, I know.
you know
Oh, I know.
the one. You know the one.
They're
Yeah.
probably on this laptop somewhere.
They are favorited. No, I'm just kidding. I haven't looked at those pictures in a long time, but I have seen them, and congratulations to everybody involved.
Yeah.
Congratulations. But he got arrested. If whatever sucks.
He's
The low key, he's like he has some issues with the drinking. He had some issues
Oh,
with his
I'm sure.
ex-wife. So his ex-wife and him would get into altercations when he was drunk. Like, yeah, there's a drinking problem here, definitely, which is unfortunate because he is beautiful. So,
You know, when he was on Dancing with the Stars,
hmm
you couldn't tell me anything. I
friend,
mean,
you can barely tell me something now.
I mean, I don't want to say that's when he peaked, but um it was special.
I think if he didn't have this very clear issue with alcohol that he seems to have, he could have crossed
Yeah,
over to America.
for sure, for sure.
After
He kind
Dancing
of
with the
dropped the ball.
Stars, yeah, I think he could have taken it. He could have Eiza Gonzalez his way into Hollywood, but I do think he has some very real issues that are unfortunate because he does have children, and
Also very pretty kids. They're like teenagers now and they're going to also be grow up to be models. I think one's a baseball player.
yeah, yeah,
I will say his hair, I'm going through his Instagram. His hair nowadays is a little bit too long. We need to figure out a different hairstyle.
right.
Bring it into 2025
I'm
and
gonna say
not
that's like bottom of the list priority in terms
sure.
of
I'm just
what he's
saying
got going on.
when he figures it out.
When it
Or
calms down,
also look better, feel better. Okay.
that's also true. Yeah.
Just saying. Anyways, and I know he paid for his teeth, but I mean, whatever, good for him.
Everyone in Hollywood has that, honestly,
Yeah.
at this point.
Yeah. William, come on the pod. We want to know what happened.
We want to know what happened immediately, please.
Next up on the pop culture pop up, space. Katy Perry, Gail King, Lauren Sanchez, and unfortunately three other women who are not as famous, or I guess fortunately for them, went up to space for 11
Mm-hmm.
minutes the other day on a Blue Origin spaceship, which is owned
Mm-hmm.
by Jeff Bezos, who owns Amazon, who is also dating Lauren Sanchez.
Mm-hmm.
Before we get into it, I just want, do you know who Lauren Sanchez is?
Mm-mm.
Lauren Sanchez used to be on, I believe she used to be on UPN. She was on local news.
Okay.
And then she spent a long time, I think, at Fox, on Channel 11 here, local in LA. And she was in the running to be a co-host on The View years ago. This is a long time ago, and she never made it on the show. Or like she was on the show as a guest co-host a lot, but she never got the actual role. And now she is dating the second richest man. I don't know if he's the second, but he is dating an incredibly rich man.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Anyways, Lauren Sanchez.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, continue.
People are dying.
Mm,
Everyone's frustrated.
mm.
People are broke. They're getting
Ugh.
laid off. They don't have jobs, they don't have homes, they don't have money, they don't have good health insurance.
Yeah.
And then they try to sell us this 11-minute space trip as inspiring.
Yeah.
And they try to convince us that this was inspiring. And Katy Perry, Katy Perry seems, I'm sorry, insufferable as a human being. She just seems so detached from reality, so unaware of what's actually happening in the world. Her phrasing of things feels calculated and stupid all at the same time. And it's very frustrating for them to try to sell us this inspiring space trip that cost God knows how much fucking money that they could do so many fucking things with, and then try to convince us that this was an inspiring move for women. It was so frustrating to watch. I don't understand it. I don't get it. I mean, good for them. Once in a lifetime experience, but like, shut the fuck up. It wasn't expiring, and it wasn't a good decision, and it was wasted money. Um, because it's not like it was done for research or to gather more information on whatever the fuck. No, it was literally for who was it? Olivia Wilde. That was like
Olivia
congratulations.
Munn.
One of them that
Oh.
was well, Olivia Wilde also said something, but one
Oh.
of them said something to the effect of, "Congratulations on the space trip. You just wasted a bunch of money for some memes," and it's literally true.
Yeah, how they need to focus on maybe getting abortion rights back. How about that? Spend the money on that. Um, it's a vanity project.
Vanity
Um,
project.
it is it's something that was done to boost their ego, to only make Jeff Bezos richer for some idiotic reason. Um, read the room,
Read the
ladies.
room.
Read the fucking room.
Hmm.
This is not what we need. If you want to contribute to society, there are 5,000 other things you can do. Get better advisors. If you want to be the first woman to go up in space, I'll tell you something. We're living in a time where no one is really going to care about you were not that they were the first, I think I said the first women in space. It was the first like all female
Hmm.
whatever. We're beyond that. There
Right.
are more pressing matters that are happening here where
Hmm.
you're living, that need to be taken care of. And if you really cared about that, then you would not be getting on this little spaceship for 11 minutes. I mean, if you're going to commit to it, commit to it. Okay.
Hmm. Hmm.
Spend 3 months up there.
Hmm.
That'd be nice.
Hmm.
Um, it just is, it's very odd. And it just continues to show the continuing distance and um, out of touchness that rich people are continuing um, to be in. They're out of touch with real people,
Yeah.
and it just is kind of pathetic, and it's kind of sad.
Yeah.
And you know what? Katy Perry aside, I think a lot of these women are probably women who are in their own right doing great things in whatever career they have, but like it's just I don't know. It's unnecessary,
Unnecessary.
ladies.
100%. Yeah. Unnecessary.
It's unnecessary. And listen, Katie, Daisy's not going to really care, to be honest
No.
with you. You're already a pop star. What more do you need to, I just hmm.
Yeah. I agree.
Mm, 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 mm. 11 minutes.
Yeah, it's
Not even
crazy.
20 minutes. You couldn't be up there
Crazy.
for 20 minutes.
Crazy.
You couldn't switch out a satellite or something. You couldn't repair.
Yeah.
I don't know. And how
Yeah.
long? Wait, they spent 1 day in training? I mean,
I don't know. I legitimately tried to ignore all the coverage about it because I just don't think that that's energy. It's energy wasted. It meant nothing to literally anybody but the people involved. It didn't mean anything to anybody. So good for them, I guess.
as Kourtney Kardashian once said, Kim, people are dying.
People are dying. Yeah.
Finally, on the pop culture pop up, there is talks of a Bodyguard remake,
No.
the film that Whitney Houston and Kevin Costner made famous. And
Hmm.
somehow, some way, Tyra Banks got asked who she would cast in the movie.
Hmm.
And she said, what, Julie?
She said she's lost her mind and she thinks it should be Taylor Swift and Idris Elba.
You know, sometimes I wonder, did Tyra, like, were all these crazy things that she did in the past really her idea? And you know what? I think so.
Remember
Because
when she
who,
pretended to be a man?
remember when she pretended to be fat?
Remember when she told everyone to kiss her fat ass?
Remember when she called everybody a faggot?
Yes.
I, who in their right mind
Yeah.
would ever, I mean, talk about out of touch.
Yeah.
First of all, we don't need the movie. The
No,
movie, the
let's start
movie,
there.
the movie has been made.
Yeah, it's
Somebody come
done.
up with a fucking original idea. Who is, they're talking about a lot about the end of Hollywood and transform, blah, 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 blah. The murderer is inside the house.
Hmm.
They are killing it from inside the house.
Agreed.
There, does everybody think that original ideas just stopped coming to
Right.
people's minds?
Right.
What is happening? We don't need a Bodyguard remake,
Yeah.
and we certainly do not need a Bodyguard remake or any movie starring Taylor Swift.
Oh, friend. No. Not where she's following a legacy of a singer. First of all,
First of all,
let's start there.
first of all, because we know
We know it.
Taylor Swift is a talk singer, and by what I mean by that is that she's talking with a little bit of a melody. She
Right.
can't really sing. And it's my personal opinion.
Hmm.
She cannot sing. And I personally, this gon I don't think she can write. I just don't.
I think she can write. I think she can write. I think she's a good songwriter. I think she is a good performer. Good. Emphasis on the good. Because she's not a dancer. She's not a singer. But she has presence. And people they love her. They love to see her. I don't I agree. The call is coming from inside the house. But I also want to say, if you allow me a moment on my soapbox, audiences have a lot to do with this too, because audiences need a name attached to a project. They need the movie to be a part of something bigger. They want these blockbuster movies. Who is going to these theaters to watch a We Are the Animals, a Little Fish, a Wanderlust movie? I guarantee you none of you know what those movies are. Did anyone see A Ghost Story? No. No. Did you get your tickets to see Sinners? I hope the answer is a redundant yes. Because how dare you? Black vampires? Are you kidding me? Um, and I feel like, unfortunately, there was a trend of people And I think COVID, right, helped that. People were not going to the theater during COVID. And when they went back to theater, unfortunately, the movies that were pulling the seats on those butts were sequels, were remakes, were that. So now Hollywood has convinced themselves that this is a trend that we want to continue. We don't. We don't. We don't need a Bodyguard movie. We already have a Bodyguard movie. And I highly doubt anybody would be better than what Whitney Houston and Kevin Costner did. That it's like movies that are magic. It doesn't work again.
It's going to be impossible to recreate.
Impossible. There is no performer right now that could do what Whitney Houston did in that film.
No.
There's no, I wouldn't even dare to even say that Beyonce could do it. Nobody
Nobody.
could do what Whitney Houston did in that film. I think, and also Taylor Swift, bitch. I don't get it. I don't get it. I don't get it and I don't like it, but and we don't need fucking remakes. I'm tired of them. And
I'm
y'all
so
keep
tired
going
of
to
them.
see them. You keep going to see them. That's why they keep making them. I hate it. I
I
hate it.
hate it. I hate it.
Yeah.
I hate it. Don't do it.
Don't do it.
Don't do it.
Don't do it.
Don't even think about doing it.
No.
Do not do it. We don't want it. Stop it
And we don't
right now.
need Taylor Swift to infiltrate every medium. And this is me saying, I do think she is a storyteller behind the camera. I welcome her. I celebrate her. I say, give us a story, write a screenplay, give it to us, cast different people, and give us a movie. I'll
And they
accept
better not
that.
be your friends, by the way.
And they will be. And they will be.
If I see fucking Blake Lively up on
Ugh.
that fucking screen,
And we will see it. We will
ugh,
see it. But she's not an actress. She's not an actress.
certainly not.
No, she's not. And
No.
Tyra.
Tyra
Stop
has
it.
lost her marbles.
Stop it.
I don't care. It just is crazy.
I
It's
agree.
crazy.
I agree.
It's stupid.
And it is stupid.
I blame the decline of intellectuality and the
Mm,
rise of white mediocrity on all of this.
yeah. You guys know Adrian loves to talk about white mediocrity when we bring up Taylor
Well,
Swift.
we're
He
living in it.
loves to do it. He loves to do it. Yeah. 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 White mediocrity thrives. I stand by that. Yes, I agree.
It's thriving
Yeah.
because no, I'm never mind. Okay. Okay. Well, that's going to do it for the Pop Culture Pop Up. We'll be back next week with more pop culture chisme. Julie, do you have a Latinx spotlight for us?
Well, I already talked about them, but Los Mitos, a Peruvian band, first Peruvian band to be invited to do Coachella. That is history. And the more we get into these spaces, right, the more it becomes the norm and it's no longer history. But the fact that this is the first Peruvian band invited to a music festival like of this kind is a big deal. I think it should be celebrated. I think we should seek out someone at work asked me to give them like recommendations of like what sets to go and see during Coachella. Did he listen? No. Am I upset about it? Maybe a little bit. However, I did heavily focus on Latino artists because I do think that Latinos deserve spaces in these festivals, music, film, wherever in these spaces that are unfortunately not the norm for us. And I think it's 2025. And it's absolutely crazy that in 2025, we are still making history with the first of any minority in any space. And yet here we are. But let's celebrate Peru. There we go.
I love it. Thank you.
Thank you.
Time for some azúcar. I will go first. My azúcar this week is, I did not really go through the Valley on Bravo when it was airing its first season, and now that the second season is out, and like I needed,
Mm-hmm.
something I need an additional mindless show to watch.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I'm continuing to watch The Valley's first season so I can get into the second one. You know, not that bad, TBH.
Okay.
It's giving crazy and it's giving unhinged, which is exactly what it should be giving. People are accusing people of being Republicans, and there is one couple that I find very fascinating because I know that they are gonna separate, but
Mm,
it is interesting to watch them in the process. And to me, they come off very authentic in what it is that they're fighting about. I don't
mm-hmm.
like either of them, but I do appreciate how authentic they're being in talking about their relationship.
Right.
And so, um, The Valley, I love a reality TV show. People on the streets love to remind me that I love a reality show. Okay.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. You're not
Okay.
ashamed. You're not ashamed, and
I'm
you
not
shouldn't
ashamed
be.
at all. I'm not ashamed at all.
Mm-hmm.
Never will be. Don't ever. I love a reality show. Love it. I am a child of reality TV. So
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
stick that in your pipe and smoke it. That's my sukkah.
Okay. I
Julie, do
love
you have any
it.
sukkah?
I do have an Isuka. So you heard it here first. By the time you're listening to this, I will have already experienced Sinners in IMAX 70 millimeters in its intended format. I am so excited. Michael B. Jordan, Daniel Kaluuya, directed by Ryan Coogler, Haley Steinfeld, I want to say is her name. I am very excited. The last I looked, 98% on Rotten Tomatoes. Phenomenal work. Spike Lee, Barry Jenkins, the world is talking. Everyone's obsessed. It seems to be a phenomenal movie. I am very excited about it. If you didn't go and catch it this weekend, I beg you to go out and watch this movie. Black vampires. This is groundbreaking for me specifically. More than that, I'm getting word that it is black horny vampires. A movie made directly and specifically for me. And I've never been happier. I've never been happier. I am driving to Irvine to see this movie in
Is
its
it not?
intended format. It's only showing in IMAX 70 millimeters in specific movie theaters, and the
Oh.
closest one to me is in Irvine.
I
I
mean, you
will,
live in Anaheim. It's fine.
it's still Irvine,
Okay, that's fine.
but I will go
Okay.
and I
I
will watch
I would appreciate if when are you watching?
Saturday night.
I would appreciate if you text me because
Okay.
I'm curious to know if it has your stamp of approval and if it's
Okay.
like scary, scary.
Mm.
Um, because I have only heard good things and I am interested in watching it.
Okay. I
And I
will
will
let you
take my
know.
butt to the movie theater if I need to.
Okay, I'm watching at 7 o'clock on Saturday. I'm very, very, very excited. Tickets have been bought. $60. $60
Oh my God.
for
Who are you
two
going with?
with my friend Katie.
Hi, Katie.
Six
She
60.
doesn't listen to this.
She does not, but 60 entire dollars. And
Okay.
Ryan, for you, I'll pay anything. Okay.
Okay.
So I'm very excited. I hope you go and watch it. Again, we want original movies. We have to go take our butts out, spend our money, our $60 and watch these movies. Are movie theaters expensive? Yes. Yes. Because it's the movie. It's the snack. You want popcorn, you want an icy, you want a little pizza, you want all the things. Suddenly, you've spent over $100.
Maybe stop paying for an OnlyFans account for 1 month. You know?
Some of you could do that. Me,
Just saying.
I could not. No, I'm just kidding. I don't subscribe to OnlyFans. Not that I love that for everyone, but anyway, The Sinners. Please go and watch it. I'm very, very excited. And again, if we want original movies, we have to take our butts to those seats and put our money into those original movies. That's the only way Hollywood's going to get it. That's the only way. If they're getting money for these original movies.
Excellent. I
Thank you.
cannot wait.
Thank you.
Thank you, Julie.
Thank you.
Okay, that's going to do it for us. We've reached the end of the episode. Make sure that you follow us on Instagram, TikTok, Twitter at Yumi and Chisme. Make sure that you visit yumiandchisme.com. Make sure that you rate, review, subscribe, do all the fun things you could do with this podcast. Most importantly, make sure you share it. Sharing is caring. And if you care about us, then you'll share it. Make sure that you leave us a rating or a review. We would absolutely immensely appreciate it. And if you do all those things, we'll be back next week with more Chisme. But until then, make sure you have lots of love, lots of peace, and most importantly, lots of Chisme in your life. Bye.
Bye.